Hello, period 9. It's Miss Cameron. I'm making a quick video for you because, as you know, I can't be with you there today. So I just wanted you to have a sense of what is going on in the classroom today because this is something that could be awesome or this could go very, very bad. But I don't expect that from you guys. For the sub who is in with period 9, Aaliyah was our most recent student of the month. Actually, she's been our only student of the month so far. So she is your go to girl this period. So, what everybody should be doing is clearing off your desk of everything except for your independent reading book. That's it. No notebooks, just your independent reading book. Then, our objective for today, I'll have to read it since I can't call on one of you. You will be able to evaluate reading notebook entries for content and creativity. So, we're going to begin by having 10 minutes of independent reading. Then, we're going to be going over, well, really, now I'll be going over some directions and the rubric for your classwork. So, actually, period 9, we're going to switch this around a little bit for you guys. Let me give you the directions and all first. Then you'll go into your gallery walk, and then you'll probably do your independent reading at the end of the class. So just to kind of go over that new game plan, let's take this independent reading and let's move it to the end of the period, all right? Okay, so we'll come back to this. Oh, and I have a really cool dog on a skateboard timer. Yeah, we'll get back to you, doggy. All right, so here's the deal. New activity for today. During a gallery walk, which I think some of you have done before in elementary school, students will walk around the room, pausing to closely examine the work of their peers. Names will not be visible. So, you're going to have your readers' notebooks spread out around the room. In just a moment, right, you'll spread them out around the room. Now, you'll notice that names have been covered up with post it notes. So at this point, when you get a reader's notebook in front of you, it will be someone else's that you will walk up to as if you were in an art gallery. Get it? That's why it's called a gallery walk. So you're going to walk around the room, walk up to someone's reader's notebook as if it is like a piece of art that's on exhibit. And you are going to open it up to what they are selecting, which you are going to be selecting in just a moment, what you would consider to be your best entry in your reader's notebook so far. And you're going to use a post-it note to mark that like a bookmark. So if, let's say, Aaliyah, I'm going to keep using her name, watch, she's probably not even there today, but no, she's great attendance. So let's say if Aaliyah walks up to a notebook and she sees that there's a bookmark in it, she's going to open it up to that page and begin viewing it. When she's done, she will close it up and leave it right there. Now, because this is supposed to represent kind of the same steps that you would take if you were in a gallery, there is no talking. You're doing this independently. This is not going to be a situation where someone in the room, I won't name any names, is going to be like, yo, come here, look at this, check this out. We're not doing that. It's really like a silent walk from one reader's notebook to another reader's notebook. Wherever there is a reader's notebook that is not already occupied by another student, that's where you will go. We're not going to set a timer. You're going to walk at your own pace, but just be mindful that you should probably only spend a few minutes at the notebooks, and you won't get to everybody's. All right. So, here's what you're going to be evaluating other people's notebooks on. You are going to consider the content. That means, is everything properly labeled, right? And you're just looking at that one page that they marked off with the bookmark. So hopefully there's a title or something there that tells you what it is about. Is there elaboration when necessary to explain ideas? Is content vocabulary included? Like if they're talking about a bunch of story elements, are they using the proper terminology? Creativity. Now, depending upon the page, you might have a page that's super creative or not. That doesn't mean it's wrong. That doesn't mean it's bad. It's just something that you can use when you are critiquing and giving feedback to the owner of the notebook, which we'll get into that step or those steps in just a moment. So, things to consider about creativity. If there are drawings or diagrams, are they meaningful to the task or are they like totally unrelated? Does the task demonstrate effort and consistency? Was color used to help the reader better understand a concept? Again, if it doesn't use color or if it doesn't have any drawings or anything like that, that's okay. That does not mean it's wrong. All right, so once you open up this assignment in Google Classroom, which I'll show you in a minute, you're going to look for the slide that has your name printed at the top. Let me actually show you what that looks like right now. So here we go. Period 9, classwork. It's under Reader's Notebook. This is I already have it open. This is what it looks like. When you open it up, it's very similar to what we were just looking at. The first slide, it's exactly where we left off. The content, the creativity. All right, now look as I go to slide 2. Look, it's Julian's slide. So Julian, when you open up this document on Google Classroom, you're going to go to slide 2 and then stop right there. Look at this. Chloe, you're going to go to slide 3 and stop right there. Just leave your cursor on slide 3 for this entire activity. So do you guys see what I meant when I said before that this could go terribly wrong and it would be all Aaliyah's fault? No, I'm kidding. Well, kind of kidding. But really, you guys have to follow directions on this. When you open up this Google slideshow in Google Classroom, each one of you has a page with your name on it. If you start messing around and clicking on other people's pages and thinking that you're going to be cute and silly and typing in other people's boxes and all, I'm not having it. I hope that you know that I can see every single keystroke that every single student is making on this document. And I do not want to waste a second of my time this weekend figuring out why someone has brought to my attention or I discovered that there is some, we'll say, foul play on some of the slides, that someone was messing around with the fonts and someone was typing in hello just to be kind of silly in one of the boxes. This is schoolwork, so we're not messing around. You go to the slide with your name on it, and then we begin. So here's what you'll do. I'll actually pretend to be Julian right now. Julian here is going to walk up to his first notebook. Now, this is once you have spread your notebooks around the room and you have taken a Post-it note and you have placed the Post-it note on the page that you want others to view. Just one. Just whichever page you think is like representative of your best work so far. All right. So now Julian's ready to begin the activity. They're all spread out around the room. He's going to walk up to a random notebook and he is going to notice what number, because I have placed a number over each book in place of the name. So he's going to fill in the number right here. Maybe he is standing in front of book number 13. Then he will fill in this next gold box here. Explain one thing that they did well. Well, Julian, I hope that you will use this slide to help you with that. I want to see you guys using slide number 1. I don't want Julian to say, oh, good job. No, that's not really the feedback that we're looking for here. I want you to say something like, you used great content vocabulary. I see that the words climax and rising action are in your or on your page. That's really specific. So that's what we're going for there. And then down below, explain one thing that they should work on for their next entry. So here, Julian might give them some feedback. Again, something from slide number 1. What is something that maybe they could use color next time? And be specific, like where would you use the color? Like you could say it would be nice if you could use a color every time that you include content vocabulary words. Have the words pop off the page, something like that. You can type in that gold box right here. If you just double click on it, then you can type. And as you're typing along, I know you guys love when I do this, but you can see, you could fit, probably 1 or 2 sentences here. We don't have to get too carried away. Give them 1 or 2 sentences of feedback. and then just move on to the next available notebook. So Julian will finish this one and then he'll start up over here. He'll look around the room, find a notebook where nobody's in front of that one, and he'll type in here, okay, this is student number 21, and then he'll start typing in his feedback here, again based on slide 1. He'll give them one thing to work on, etc. I think we get the hang of it. So, how are you going to wrap this up? You're going to finish your 3 students, and then you are going to go back to your seat. Now you are an observer. Now you are welcome to look around to see that if Julian knows he is student number 7, like his notebook is somewhere out there in the room and it is labeled with a 7 on it, he can now click around to other people's slides and see who has been to student number 7 and what are they saying about my entry. Are they saying that my notebook entry is lacking in a particular area? If so, I want to see what I can do to make it better next time. So, back to my lesson. Here's how you're going to be graded on this assignment today. This is the rubric that I took directly from Google Classroom. This is a simple one, guys. This is kind of a freebie. It's a giveaway here in Q1. Please do not expect this as we are progressing with the rest of the year. This is so easy. You're going to get 2 points if you are remaining on task today. That means if I get your name from the sub saying that you are fooling around, that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or anything else like that, you're not getting the credit. It's very easy 2 points to earn. The feedback, I'm going to look at what you actually typed in that Google slide. If you provided feedback regarding content and creativity that was relevant and accurate, and you did that for all 3 boxes, you will earn 6 points. I will deduct points based on the number of boxes that you failed to complete. So this is out of 8 points total, and again, that grade will go into Google Classroom. This will probably be the last grade that counts towards your 5-week report, so please do a good job. It is very simple to earn an 8 out of 8 on this assignment. So that's that. The next step is going to be for you to get your reader's notebooks and to very quickly use a Post-it note, which the sub can hand out Post-it notes, 1 per student, to mark the page that you feel best represents your work at this time. So that is up to you to figure out. Obviously, it is not going to be one of those pages that we included in the beginning of the notebook, like currently reading, where you're just listing books. It's obviously not going to be the page that comes after that or before that, where, we just set up the notebook with a couple of general pages in the very beginning. I'm talking about an entry, like something that you did in class this week or maybe last week, something like that. So once you mark that page with a Post-it note, like a bookmark, you're going to place it on a desk, any old random desk in the room, okay, which is why all of your desks to be cleared off. And then you're going to open up to Google Classroom, open up the document, and when the sub says go, it's not a race, but you will all find a desk to go to that is available. And you can either stand or you can sit at the desk, and you are going to take a moment or 2 to evaluate their work and fill in your Google slide, then get up and go to another one. I will also probably provide a few additional notebooks from other students and other classes that the sub will mix in with this class, just so that there are some other opportunities for you to see other work besides just period 9 students. But again, you're not going to know the identity of the student whose notebook that you're looking at. So that's a lot of instructions, but I really want to make sure that this goes well. I hope that you guys have a terrific weekend. When you finish with this activity, you go back to your seat, you look at the comments that you're getting from your peers, and then you shut down your computer, move on to some independent reading today. And again, enjoy your weekend. Bye.